Howdy everyone, it's your boy Zilla, and today I've been telling you guys that I had a set of AKEBONOs and I bought a set of 370Z sport wheels. Today I'm gonna show you what those wheels are for, that big brake kit. So here we go. Before we get started, I've been telling you guys we have bangers after bangers after bangers. This might not be a banger, but this is my coworkers 370Z base model. I think it's 2015 or 16. Yeah, he's always liked the sport wheels, but he didn't know we can throw these on this car. So we're throwing on those black sport wheels that I bought and the big brake kit to go along with it. So look at that. Right now has base brakes, very clean car, takes good care of it. This is his only car too. Very clean car. Your typical 370Z, but very clean. So, and I like the fact that he's had it since it's brand new, so that's a plus. But let's get started. So here we have the AKEBONO big brake kit that I got from SoCal Z Parts, or not SoCal Z. SoCal Z, yeah, SoCal Z Parts. My boy Ozzy, he hooked us up with the big brake kit, rotors, and no, I didn't get the wheels from him. I got them from somewhere else, and the tires. He hooked me up with tires too. So right now the wifey's gonna pretty much just clean these bad boys up and ceramic coat them, also the wheels too. So I'm gonna bring those wheels out right now. All right guys, so I went ahead and took off the rear rotor on the driver's side. That's the stock one, and this is the one for the AKEBONOs. So these are a lot bigger. Now when installing these, you are gonna have to cut this stock dust shield. So I'll get to that in a minute, but only because it's a lot bigger and it takes up like about this much space. So we're gonna need to cut this little edge off all the way around with one of these little bad boys. Just go around cutting it right here and you should be good. So let's get to that. All right guys, once you guys are done shaving it off, you guys can go ahead and test the rotor, the big brake rotor. Yes, and don't be, just buy yourself a can from the 99cent store. Just throw some paint on here because it is going to be bare metal and you want this to rust. So just throw a little bit on there. It doesn't need to be all fancy. You're never going to look at it ever again unless you're doing rotors and brake pads. So we're going to throw the rotors on. Make sure there's nothing touching in the back. As far as clearance, I'll try to do it with one hand. No, I won't be able to do it with one hand. Hold on. Just like that. And I don't know if you guys can see the back, so that back plate isn't touching the rotor. If not, you guys are gonna get some squeaky noises all day, all night long. But see how that one's barely touching, so we can barely move it a little bit. You grab a flat screwdriver, right there, and just pry it back. You're good to go. That's good, it's perfect. Meanwhile, I finish up the rear AKEBONOs. I already got one set done. The wifey, like I said, is gonna ceramic coat the wheels also. And these are the sport wheels that we got from. Not bad. I actually like these a little bit better than the ones it has right now. But rims, tires, AKEBONO big brake kit, and we're good to go. Really like them. It's gonna look really good with the white car, with the white color, and then black wheels. Looks hard, and red calipers. All right guys, I got ahead of the game, but pretty much it's really simple. It's really plug and play. Aside from the whole cutting thing, if you didn't have to cut, it's literally plug and play. So here what we have, so here what we have is just a 10 millimeter here. You have to get one of these brake line wrenches. I'll show you right now. You get yourself one of these bad boys, loosen this one, put it in here, loosen it up. Get your caliper ready with your line. Loosen it up. Take this little, it's like a little lock right here. Slide that bad boy out. Put the new line in, lock it back on, and just tighten it back on, and you're good to go. And then you can use the same hardware. They're 19 millimeter bolts. Hold the caliper. Pretty much it. And then what I like to do while I start doing the front, I'm gonna leave these open. So with the same gravity, the same hole that's coming out of this line, hopefully, well, not hopefully, but I've done it plenty of times to where it actually works. It'll start bleeding itself off Obviously we're still going to bleed it, but it makes it less of a hassle to get air out of these calipers because they didn't have any oil at all. So, and then the benefit from the rear AKEBONO big brake kit is that you have 2 pistons, one in the rear, one in the front, opposed to just one piston in the back. So that's the benefits of these AKEBONO big brake kits for the 370s and 350Zs, or any VQ platform, honestly. So the front, we're gonna get started on there right now, and I'll show you the benefits on those too. I don't know if you guys can see this, but once you guys start picking up the front, it's gonna start leaking little by little. So what we're gonna do is then go ahead and tighten it. Constant flow. Well, you guys, here's the front one. Don't worry about all the rusted shit. That'll come off right away. So again, the good thing about the front is you only have to shave off a little, like half of the shield, and then that's it. It only has a half a lip. Everything else, as far as the brackets, they're different. So your stock ones from the base model, you're gonna have to change. Normally when people sell their used big brake kit, they sell it to you with the lines, caliper, pads, and rotors. So as far as my boy Ozzy, he sells it to me with everything. But yeah, the lines are different, so you're gonna have to change the lines from all the way over there. Brackets different. Well, brackets the same, but everything else is a little bit different. But yeah, because this one uses a line that just goes directly to the caliper, and the stock base brake system actually has a bolt, which is right here, actually one of these bolts into the caliper. So that's how the lines are different on these big brake kits. But let me go to the other side and I'll try to explain more in detail what I was talking about, because I'm trying to hurry up and finish this bad boy. So this is the driver's side. Again, really simple. You want to loosen this before you start taking everything off. Just loosen it, don't take it off completely off. You're going to use a 12mm bolt to take this nut off, 2 12mm bolts here, and then this comes with a 12mm bolt, but leave it off because the line wraps around the control arm, and then this bracket goes in the front. So in the front and the rear of the line, the brake line goes in the rear, and the bracket goes in the front of this control arm, right? So also same thing, same concept with the back shield. Just half is what you need to cut. The rest clears. Put your rotor on. Then at the very end, you're gonna want to put on your caliper. You want to make sure once you put this on, once you put the new line on, obviously it's gonna be empty, no fluid's gonna be in it. Just tighten this, put the little lock on there, and just let it drip. Let it drip until you see like a couple drops here and there. My bad. Couple drops here and there, and then it should be like a little consistent. Yes. And then you're gonna see a consistent flow of fluid going down. Once you do that, I suggest it like that. That way, again, you don't have to bleed all this air that's gonna be inside the new line, and it's gonna take longer for fluid to actually get inside the caliper. The caliper already does have fluid, so if I turn it around, it's gonna be leaking. So yeah, it's just a better and easier way to avoid air, and it just makes life a lot easier when you're doing one of these big brake kits on these cars. All right, guys, now that all 4 calipers are on, rotors are tight, well actually 4 calipers are tightened, rotors are on, lines are connected, now it's time for the fun part where we start the bleeding process. The bleeding process, a lot of people always start with the front, and that's a big no-no. Even though if you're changing out your front rotors only, I mean your front calipers only, and you're still leaving the stock ones in the back, always start from the rear. I don't care if you just I don't care if you just disconnected the fronts, you always want to start bleeding from the rear. And the way you guys start is you want to start from the farthest point of where the brake master cylinder is at. So being that it's going to be the passenger rear side, we're going to start with this side, we're going to go on that side, driver rear side, then passenger side, front, and then last but not least is going to be the driver side. Always start in that order. Why? Because you want to make sure that the bubbles that traveled all the way to the back get eliminated. Then we go like that. I mean, it's common sense too. So we're going to start that right now. And then on these calipers, on any big brake kit that you get, doesn't matter if it's AKEBONOs, Brembos, Willwoods, you always want to start with these in the front or the outside, and then the inside. We're in the passenger side now. Just so I can show you guys. All right, pump it. This one had a little bit of air. You pumped it? Holding it? Oh wow, oh would you look at that. Hell yeah. Oh, wow. Oh, we got a squirter. Wow, interesting. All right, go for it, pump it. Wow, ladies and gentlemen, we have ourselves a squirter. Pump it again. We'll get back. She's squirting a lot. All right, and you want to see that consistent flow. All right, one more time. Perfect. Tighten that bad boy up. Now we can go to the back. Now everything is bled. You guys saw how it catches air, and now once that quick flow goes up, then you're good to go. If you want to do this nice and clean, you can go ahead and buy yourself some little hoses that go in here, a little Y PCV connection, and then another little hose down to a water bottle. That way you don't spill all the oil down to the floor, but I don't really care. So floor's gonna get washed either way. That's the least of my worries. Right now we're gonna get to the good part, but before we get there, don't mind my hair, it's a bad hair day. But before we get to that part, to the best part, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. We're gonna go ahead and throw these badass wheels that we've been keeping in the shop for a minute already, and it's time to throw them on and show the final product. All right guys, now that the car was fully done, as far as kit was installed, took it around the block and just tested it out real quick. We are good to go. There's no leaks whatsoever, no brake fluid leaking anywhere. So now it was time to get the rotors resurfaced and throw on some new brake pads, and then she'll be on her merry little way. Let's get it. All right guys, now we're moving on to the interesting part about this is here are the old pads. They're not that old, but still you wanna, once you resurface this rotor, it's like a brand new rotor. So you just wanna make sure you get a fresh set of pads like these right here, slap them on, and we're good to go. But yeah, you can tell the difference a little bit compared to these. Yeah, so let's finish her up. All right, you guys, we're done. We're in the Z, taking it out for a spin. Feels really great, actually. I already got on the brakes just a little bit. It feels just like the Nismo, but from going from a base model brake to some AKEBONOs, you can feel a little bit of a difference. Not a huge difference because we're not on a track or anything like that. That's the main purpose of these rotors. It's not right away that you're gonna feel a difference. Once you start getting on them, it you know, there's more what do they call it, more surface for the brake pad to feel on the rotor or something like that. But yeah, other than that, a lot of people would just do these mods just for cosmetics. But if you have a legitimate reason to actually do these AKEBONO brake kits, then you have a huge advantage. But yeah, I mean, I haven't driven a stock 370Z in a while, especially one with 75,000 miles on it. So it feels great, actually. So we're getting on them right here in 3, 2, 1. Amazing. I hate these roundabouts. I mean, it does have better tires, so hopefully he will be able to stop a little quicker. I'm gonna try it right here. Wow, wasn't that bad. Well, at least going to 20 miles an hour right now. I'll just show you guys how it looks with the sport wheels and the AKEBONOs. It looks really good. So let me show you guys that real quick. It looks spot on. God damn. Here you guys have it, the AKEBONO big brake kit, and the sport wheels are on a base model 370Z. You can put the AKEBONOs and the sport wheels on any VQ platform, honestly. V36, Z33, Z34. I believe even the new Z comes out with or has AKEBONO big brake kits. or the AKEBONO big brake kit, but I wouldn't really put those sport wheels on it. Maybe it might look nice, actually, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, if you guys need a in-depth, more detailed video, let me know. I have another set to throw on, so I wouldn't mind doing a how-to, like very how-to detailed. But I'm just gonna have to have someone hold the camera for me while I install it. It's gonna be a long video, but again, there's many videos on YouTube on how to install these kits, so I mean, kind of pointless making the video. But yeah, if you guys have any questions, just let me know. Drop a comment down below, hit me up on Instagram or anything. I'll gladly help you guys out. Very simple. Like I said, there was no point for me to make a how-to video. It's very simple, can't really mess it up. Maybe the only part you might mess up is bleeding process. Again, there's how-to videos on that on YouTube, also how to bleed it. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this one, you guys. But anyways, you guys, that's gonna be it for this one. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I got more updates on the Trailblazer behind me right there, so I got some good stuff coming for it. I got a lot of stuff ordered, should be getting here around this week. So once we get all that stuff and the motor's out, we're gonna build it as fast as we can and then slap it back on. So the good news is that we're not gonna need a tune on it, because we're not gonna have to change the camshaft in it. I wanted to go bigger, or actually not bigger, actually I wanted to go back to stock, but since it's not damaged, I might as well just leave it like that and drive it around on E85 for a while, because it does have a flex fuel kit. I don't know if I mentioned that, so that's a good part. But yeah, you guys, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Peace. And there she goes. Bye bye. All right, guys, peace.